Chatsworth and Riverslands residents in the Western Cape are continuing with recovery efforts today after a collapsed dam caused extensive flooding. The flooding occurred after 3 agricultural dams collapsed. The municipality says about 14 people have been hospitalized with minor injuries and some 400 others have received humanitarian relief. Minister of Human Settlements has dispatched an emergency housing team to assist displaced families. And we now speak to Swartland community leader Marlon Truter, who joins us on the line. Good morning. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Thank you, Mr. Chabe.
Not a good morning at all. If you can please just bring us up to speed. Marlon, do we know what happened or is this still under investigation?
Well, Mr. Chabe, I have spoken to various community members who has given me an indication that calls were made to the municipality showing concerns. Various members has also made statements that valves at those specific dams were welded shut due to vandalism, but the sluice valves were welded shut. And this is alarming. I'll say this, and I'm going to use this word loosely, allegedly welded shut. And then I also received some response from members of Swartland municipality, overheard a conversation where the person said, the person that gave the instruction, he has to take his pain as it comes now.
All right. And can you describe the moment when the dam collapsed and the immediate aftermath?
Well, the moment when the dam collapsed, I was not on the scene. Like I say, I am in a neighboring town about 3 kilometers away. My wife received the call at about 4:45. 5 o'clock when I arrived at the scene, seeing people running, mothers running with babies on their arms in gushing water. It was just horrific. I was one of the first responders from the neighboring town to get to Riverlands, but it was horrific. I went down, we were looking for children, people telling me that all they felt was their beds floating.
Let's talk a bit more at length about this in terms of the psychological condition of the families, the people who were affected by this dam collapse. Of course, we know that 400 people have been displaced so far. Can you just give us an update on how they're doing in terms of their psychological condition?
Well, psychologically, I'm going to take it from my perspective. When I got home on Thursday evening, it only hit myself and my wife. That is the time it only hit us when both of us actually broke down. At the time of the incident, it was more adrenaline that has taken over. I really don't even want to know what that people feels like. I receive messages from them on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, put it that way, just crying for help all the time. And I would like to firstly thank Gift of the Givers for giving their assistance when I made the call. Community members in neighboring towns for assisting with food and relief aid, and also people out in South Africa just for a prayer, because that is what we need at the moment. We just need that, and the people just need that assistance. I've received donations from Cape Town, from all over the Western Cape, and it has been phenomenal. But yes, the people are still in need. Drinking water is at the moment a problem due to the fact that the infrastructure was damaged, and that has caused us as the neighboring town as well as Riverlands to be without running water.
All right. Talk to me.
Yes.
Yeah, talk to me in greater detail about the pressing needs of the community and the deployed housing team by the minister. What do we know so far?
Well, I've spoken to the deployed housing team yesterday. While I was on the scene, they arrived there and they could not at the time find a point of call. They were looking for the councillor and they could not find him. I've given them his number. And once again, I've tried calling him on the day of the event when he never answered his call. And also went to his house when the incident happened, tried to knock him awake. He was lying sleeping in his bed.
Wow.
But in turn, when I spoke to the deputy mayor, she gave me an indication that he was out there. So yes, someone is going to have to take accountability for what has happened here.
That's very disturbing to hear, that the minister was sleeping peacefully in his bed when there is clearly a natural disaster that is happening, or unnatural disaster, whatever the case may be, after investigations. But let's talk about the infrastructural damage. How many schools were affected, if any?
Infrastructure damage, you're looking at roughly, I've estimated yesterday, and I'm waiting on a final count from various community members. We done a rough count yesterday of about 60 homes, which has been affected, a church hall that has been affected, school infrastructure that has been affected. Yeah, so it's, we're looking at roads infrastructure that has been washed away, Transnet infrastructure that has been demolished. So yes, it is the extent over there. I'm not even going to look at monetary figures, but it's huge. It's extremely big.
Yeah. Marlon, are there any concerns about any other infrastructural damage that may not have been mentioned or recognized at this point in time?
Well, currently, myself as an engineer, I have not been up to the dam as yet because everybody is keeping that as basically a crime scene now. That is how they are guarding it. So I have not gone up there personally, but I will make my way up there sometime during the course of today and have a look at what is happening. The city has given an indication from their engineers that the fourth dam is safe, but there is a bit of seepage which is concerning. And with the amount, looking at the amount of rain that we will be receiving today, as it has started drizzling already, I fear for what could occur during the course of today.
Marlon, in closing, what is your message to the minister right now?
Well, firstly, I would like to just ask the minister, please, they need to look at this, investigate it unbiasedly, and the people that are responsible, the people that have been complained to, and the people that are throwing deaf ears, needs to be held accountable for their actions, as this matter could have been worse. What if we had lost lives? This could have been prevented if they had to listen to the people's cries.
All right, loud and clear. Thank you very much, Marlon, for your time, and thank you so much for all of your efforts as well. That was Swartland community leader Marlon Truter, of course, on the back of an absolute disaster, and thankfully, by God's grace, that there have been no fatalities.